Stop chasing her. Chase the throne. That's what we're breaking down today. It's a fundamental shift in mindset, and honestly, it changes everything. Let's get right into it.
You know that feeling, that knot in your stomach, that specific kind of anxiety you get when you're just waiting for a text back?
I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You sent that text maybe 3 hours ago. You probably checked your phone, 10, 20 times? And in that silence, man, that's when it hits. You feel anxious, you feel weak, maybe even small. And think about what's really happening here. All of your mental energy, all your focus is locked onto someone who is probably out there focusing on their future, not yours.
All right, so this feeling, it actually has a name. We're calling it the beggar's mindset. And just understanding this is the first real step to changing the whole game.
So what exactly is the beggar's mindset? Well, at its core, it's when you're basically begging for attention, for love, for validation from other people. It's coming from a place of insecurity, right? That feeling that you need something from them to feel whole. And this right here leads to a huge problem. And here's the problem I'm talking about. Attraction simply cannot exist where there is no respect. Think about it. A beggar might get some pity, sure, but they don't get respect. And without that solid foundation of respect, real, genuine attraction, it's impossible. It just can't grow there.
And look, this really lays out the two paths you can take. On one side, you've got the beggar. He begs for attention, he feels weak and anxious, and he's pitied. He's always chasing. But then you have the king. He doesn't beg, he commands respect. He's strong, he's focused, he's admired. And the key difference, the biggest one, the king builds. That's the transformation we're aiming for.
All right, so let's move on. We're calling this section a captain without a ship. And, this is where we've got to get real and talk about some hard truths.
Okay, so how many of us have used this excuse? But I'm a nice guy, right? Here's the thing you have to understand. Being a nice guy, that's the bare minimum. That's the entry fee. It's the starting line, not the finish line. It is not some special qualification that puts you ahead of anyone.
So you gotta be brutally honest with yourself here. If you're broke, if you have no mission, no real direction in your life, what are you actually inviting her into? What's the offer on the table? I mean, really think about it. Are you inviting her to come struggle with you? To ride the bus with you every day while you complain about your boss? You have to try and see it from her perspective. What does that future you're offering actually look like? And this brings us to a really crucial point. Women are wired to look for a captain who can steer the ship through a storm. And if we're being honest, right now you don't even have a boat. So why are you out here trying to sell tickets for a voyage? Okay, so that was the problem. That was the hard truth. Now let's talk about the solution. Section 3, the power of disappearing. This is all about how you reclaim your energy.
This is your action plan. We're calling it the shift. It's simple, but it's not easy. Step 1, you stop all contact. I mean cold turkey. No watching her stories, no liking old posts, and absolutely no double texting. Just cut it off. Step 2, you take all of that anxious, frustrated energy and you channel it directly into yourself. You turn that frustration into fuel for the fire. And step 3, you build a foundation of iron. You work, you study, you hit the gym, you do this until you are unbreakable.
So what happens after all this work? What's the result? Well, that brings us to section 4, build the garden. This is where you actually become magnetic. It's a funny thing, a paradox really. What happens when a man stops chasing and starts building? He becomes magnetic. His purpose, his mission, that itself becomes incredibly attractive. And this is the central idea of this whole thing. Don't chase the butterfly, build the garden. You create a world, an empire so compelling, so amazing that others naturally want to be a part of it. You stop being the pursuer and you become the destination. All right, finally, let's paint the picture of the end goal, the ultimate vision. Section 5, the king on the throne. I want you to imagine this for a second. Let's fast forward 5 years. 5 years from today. You actually did the work. You learned a high-income skill, you built a strong, capable body, you forged an iron mindset that can't be broken, and because of all that, you achieved financial freedom. Look, this isn't some fantasy. This is the real, tangible result of redirecting all that wasted energy and focus. And just like that, the tables have completely turned. You are no longer the one staring at your phone waiting for a text. Now, you are the one deciding if you even have the time to reply. Why? Because your priorities have fundamentally changed.
They've shifted. Now you focus on what actually matters, on what's going to last. Your bloodline, your mother, your bank account, and above all else, your mission. These are the pillars of your kingdom.
So the point is incredibly simple when you boil it all down. Become a king first. Build your empire. The right queen will find her way to a throne. She's not looking for a half-built raft in a storm.
So I want you to remember this. A king never chases. A king conquers. Now get to work.